Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk about spray droplet size. This is a big deal on farms today.
Well, when you see sprayers running on our show or just as you're driving around in the country, sometimes it looks like almost a fog coming out the back of the sprayer, really fine little droplets. And sometimes you can just about see each individual droplet falling out of the sprayer. They are so big. And you might be thinking, well, wait a second, how come sometimes farmers use these great big droplets and other times they use really, really tiny ones?
Well, when you stop and think about it for a second, a bigger droplet is going to weigh more, which means it's going to get to the ground, as opposed to if it doesn't weigh much, it's very possible that the wind could catch it and move it off target. So the number one reason why most farmers, at least in certain situations, will use bigger spray droplets is just to reduce drift, reduce off-target movement.
Well, the small droplets do serve a purpose, and you may say right away, oh boy, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's go with the bigger droplets. Not in all cases, because those small droplets do a little bit better job of covering. I mean, think about it. If one great big droplet lands on a leaf, well, some of it could splash off. But if some tiny little droplets land on a leaf, maybe they can all hang on there, or maybe more of them can, or maybe they can cover that leaf just a little bit better. And with some of the things that farmers are doing, like say for disease control, the fungicide products that farmers are using, they can only protect the parts of the plant they cover. Well, if you had a great big droplet and it missed the leaf, well, that does no good. Or maybe it hits the leaf but only covers part of the leaf compared to tiny little droplets that cover the whole leaf. Well, you can see where I'm going. You're going to get better control of that disease or better prevention of disease with smaller droplets.
How a farmer can change that droplet size is by changing the spray nozzle. So there will be a whole bunch of spray nozzles on the boom of any sprayer, and you can take a nozzle that has big droplets or one that has small, or one that has a medium-sized droplet. So that's one way to change the droplet size.
You know, as farmers are going through the field, you may notice too, well, wait a second, I see a farmer driving a tractor and a sprayer, and he seems to be going relatively slow. But then I see an airplane come through and they go really fast. The airplane has kind of a fog. The farmer maybe has bigger droplets. Yeah, there's going to be a difference depending on the speed that you're driving and what you're going to be putting out there.
And the downforce.
Yeah, and the other thing is that downforce. So that airplane has just got some push. Or if you look at a helicopter, that's even more so, where you really have this push down into the crop. That can get coverage on all those leaves. It's kind of interesting because they don't have very much water volume. They're only spraying a few gallons per acre compared to a farmer that might be spraying 20 gallons per acre.
Yep, but if a farmer does increase his volume, and for that matter even the aerial applicator, the more you increase the volume, the better chance you have to have the bigger droplet size. Some farmers will also use drift retardants. You throw that in the spray tank, and then a lot of times you can make your spray droplet size just a little bit bigger. So there are other ways besides changing out the spray nozzle to make the droplet size bigger or potentially smaller.
Well, there are a lot of different things that farmers will do to mix things up as they're spraying to try to get the best results. If they're going after our weed of the week though, getting this weed sprayed early is part of the key. We'll talk about controlling our weed of the week later in the show.